Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for a particularly wet Darley Moor on this Sunday morning. The rain has just actually eased up. We're in the holding pen. The race before us isn't on the last lap yet, so I'm probably a little bit premature. It is particularly wet. There's been some frantic changing of tyres this morning from most of the guys. Looking out, I can see they're mostly on wets. A couple of rear dry from intermediate dry tyres. A good grid. Thanks to Andrew Sharkey for the commentary yesterday whilst I was up in the commentary box. But he's got his parents here today, so he's looking after them, and who can blame him? Now, okay, Graham Tatton, not particularly a wet lover. They can go well in the wet, but open straight there next to them. So we're looking at Graham Tatton there. Jim McNally to his to our left. With his sister Nikita. Now Jim, it can be quite good in the wet, and has often come out on top of a battle between him and Graham. So we'll look for that at the beginning of during the race. The checkered flag is out for the race before. Immediately to our right, in front of us, John Balcombe, JB Tuning. John been going well this weekend. A bit of trouble with his front forks, and they had a minor off. But yeah, definitely found some mojo. It's been a joy to watch. Further round, difficult to see, I guess. Harry Smith in his rather fetching condom. Harry's just got a dry front tyre on. And we're looking at I'm looking at Gary Smith. On the number 20, he's running dry as front and rear, as is John Wood sat next to him, and I think it is Sean Collinson on number 32, also on dries. Behind that trio is 229, young George Fielder. George on full wets, and his first time racing in the wet. With Shane Hunsdale next to him. Shane's been particularly quick this weekend. Including some impromptu off-roading. Shane has now got a track limits warning for essentially straightening up the chicanes, which are quite impressive if you're near him when he's doing it, because he's just jumping over the curbs. Yeah, quite impressive. Raining again now. Probably back up. Got it. Alright, we'll walk up over onto the embankment. Darley Moor being one of the few places that has a strange start arrangement, so you start on a part of the track that you don't actually use or drive over again once the race has started, on a little slip road if you will. So they'll do the warm-up lap and then they pull off the track and come round the back to... yeah, well, they come up and then form up, and the lights are actually quite a long way away and quite low. I listened to Ben earlier on having a slight... and if you're at the back of, essentially, if you're at the back of the grid, you can't actually see the lights. You just have to go when everyone else goes. Okay, they're off for the warm-up. Okay, I'm looking at...
there's a mixture of Vespers and Lambrets, and also the Twist and Goes.
Looking at some standing water on the start. The rain is coming down. I'm not seeing any standing water on the track, so it may be that the odd person has made a choice to stay with the intermediate tyres that we use on the dry. We're not allowed slicks. It's an ACU ruling. The clerk of the course needs to be slick qualified. They expect that on slicks you're all running faster, and then there's rain stuff that's got to be brought in, and it all gets a bit complicated, so we're not allowed slicks. Is the for that, and but so our dry tyres are intermediates and are meant to be able to cope with a certain amount of wetness. The problem here is with a big triangular circuit, corner on each corner of the triangle, obviously. The tyres actually, if you look, when we look down at the long straight, we can just see them right at the very bottom. You probably won't be able to on the video, but the back straight, or the straight back up to the bend we can see, is the best part of a third of a mile long. And your tyres, the edges of your tyres cool down during that time belting down the straight. So by the time you get to the this corner here, the tyres are cold on the edge you're about to lean onto. So it may well be here that wets are probably going to be the best choice. We'll keep an eye on this corner, and well, hopefully that no one falls off. Hiya, Paul. Yep, good luck, Gary. I hope we all have safe riding. Hi, Mr. Abbey. Yep, good luck, Mr. Tatton. Let's hope he finds some mojo in the wet. I know that he's often been, as I mentioned earlier on, he's often been harried by Jim. Yesterday, I must admit, I was cursing that I wasn't racing. Two dry races. Today, I'm well, not quite as gutted, shall we say. Big gap there between the front row. Who's on the second? Shayna, yeah. Shayna doing really well on that proddy bike, one of our Irish contingent. Okay, they've been... There's some hesitation from the flagman there. The lights are on. Out they go, away they go. Little wheelie from John Balcombe. An excellent start from Jim McNally, but Graham Tatton's got the better of it into the chicane. It'll be Graham going in there first. A couple of our orange jackets at the back, or three of our orange jackets at the back there, filtering through. Everyone through the first chicane safely. The rain's really hammering down now. That's well, it's not nice standing here getting wet legs, and we're joined by a certain nervous-looking gentleman by the that's Rob Fielder. His son George is out on track, and yeah, I suppose like any parent, he can't help but be nervous of how it's going. Or how his son's going, or daughter, I suppose. We're missing Wendy this weekend, doing the commentary in the commentary box. Of course, two of her children out on circuit at any one time. Both of them pushing at the front, both talented riders. Nikita, of course, that is, and Jim. And okay, it looks like we've got Graham Tatton in front. Graham was beaten yesterday in the dry, and just by pipped at the post will not want to be beaten again. Okay, well, we have Jim at the front. He's tipped in. Oh, we saw a backslide there. He's pushing hard. Nikita, very good in the wet. Actually a close third, given she's on a proddy bike, and the two in front of her are 4E. And then Simon Palmer. Simon going well. John Woods up there in 5th place. Nice one, John. Gary Smith. Shane dropped back a little bit. The hell was that? What excellent. George on, staying just in touch. The rain is belting down there now. Backs of my legs are soggy. The camera's getting rain on it. I'm trying to hold the bolly over. We have one retiree. That Sam Booth seems to have pulled off. Alright, okay. Well, I'd rather he rolled back into the paddock than was pushed back in or brought back in the collection van. The bike's obviously still running. Maybe he's just decided to hell with this. I would call that almost understandable, but once you're out there and rain or not. Okay, Jim's opened up a lead. Graham's in touch with him, but yeah, Jim is definitely brave in the wet. I think he may be pushing a little hard here. Well, that was neat. The two of them very neat through there. A little look behind him, Jim. Concentrate on what you're doing. Nikita, you're doing her usual. Just leans the damn bike. She has so much confidence in the tyres. Simon Palmer being dropped off a little bit, but still leading way ahead of the next group, which is John Woods. John going really well in the rain. Tom Balcom up as well, followed by Harry Smith, who's way ahead of Ben Reddings, which is not normally something we'd see. Hang on, no, that's Harry Smith behind. I'm sorry, that was A.D. Horrocks. We're stuck behind John Balcom. A.D. turning into being a wet demon. We're impressed. Oh, a couple of misfires there from Michael Lester's bike, which, that's a lovely clean sweep out of there by George, who's picking Michael up into the hairpin. Into the chicane. I think Graham's biding his time here, playing the slightly longer game. He's going to... Oh, I saw the back shaking again. Jimmy's pushing hard. Graham smooth as ever. He has lost some ground there. We may see it continue. Nikita dropped back a little bit further. I'd expect that. The bike is a good 10, 12, maybe more horsepower down on the guys in front. She's in a position of control. She's probably a good third of a lap in front of the next person in proddy. Let's see where we get to with the next guys. Simon Palmer, lonely race, well out of the guys in front of him, but behind behind him. But and then John Woods, John going well. John Balcom, A.D. Horrocks stuffing it up the inside. He's not scared by this rain. Number 35, A.D. on the blue and white bikes, really found some mojo in the wet. This is startling. Ben's got nothing to say about. I think Harry possibly now definitely ruining the dry back tyre. We have got standing water on the circuit. Sean Collinson coming past us. Gavin Gray, another one of our Irish guys, and Carrot on his spare bike. They didn't manage to get the A bike back working. George Fielder, it looks to me like Michael Lester's not... No, Michael Lester is coming around. George has nailed that one and put an enormous gap in front of him. Michael running wide there, clearing the guys behind him. The two leaders coming through, still in the same position, but Graham has managed to close down slightly. We've got more laps today. They have abandoned the two races we dropped yesterday. Nikita coming around. Well, we're look at the gap that the leaders have opened out in front of the rest of the field. They're phenomenal. I suppose to a certain extent what we're seeing here is just the sheer power of the faster 4 e-bikes pulling away. But then Nikita's on a proddy and she's not that far behind them. I suspect now that there's going to be a bit of relaxing the people into their positions. Although Balcom 55 will want to see Woods in front of him. AD Horrocks, I can't say this again, going really well. Mr. Straight Line Sprint has found his mojo in the wet corners, and it looks like Ben Reddings has got the better of the little tussle he's having there. Harry Smith, bit lonely. Yeah, a bit tentative there on the dry rear tyre. His exhaust has come loose. He's dropped the exhaust down. I can see that. It's not fallen off, but it's come off the front mountings. I really hope that doesn't drop down any further, because that will bounce him out of the saddle. It's all to play for. The back marker's slightly getting in the way there. And I would say that was even for both of the guys. They both got held up a little bit there. Sometimes the back marker disadvantages you, sometimes it doesn't. Nikita, smooth as you like, does appear to be just taking this in her stride, relaxing a little bit. And say she's so far ahead now. Mike having enough of it. Mike's pulled in. Sounds like we're getting misfire issues there.
Harry Smith exhaust is hanging on from the 34. Time in there, somebody decided to call it a day.
Simon Palmer is a good half a lap behind the leaders now. John Woods, John Balcom closing down on him. So it's actually closing up here a little, I think. But Ben Reddings has got the slight hump, I think, with a newcomer in front of him. We will have to take some issue with AD Horrocks later on for not wearing an orange, but he was wearing orange when he went out. Was that just whipped off and he wasn't wearing orange when he came out? Okay. Our leader's coming back round, holding form as it were. Graham not letting him go, but I rather think Jim's got the measure of this one. He seems to be relaxed. He's pushing quite hard still, though. Harry's exhaust not gone any further down. Oh God! I mean, there's one left-hander on this circuit. I hope it doesn't pick. Okay, George looking good. Nikita going past him to lap him. Will she get? No, she's decided to give him best into the chicane. Nikita knows she's a long way ahead. She got in front of him neatly, safely. That's lovely. The last lap flag now being pulled out.
Will be the last lap next time out. Getting ready for it.
Well, they had it board ready, but then they've...
It's Simon Palmer. I mean, there's three guys in front of him, and they're coming up behind him to lap. Where are they? I can't see them in this case. It's still John Woods, John Balcom, John Holt, harrying John Balcom. It's tight there. It's tight there, and with Ben Reddings getting in front of AD Horrocks. Who's got it into the chicane? I'm interested. And Ben Reddings has got it. AD being his team member and our newest team member will probably give him best there and try and learn something. But definitely impressed by that. I'm just praying that look. Peter coming round and lapping. Oh, look at that! Harry Smith just overtaken by whoa! I think Harry probably knows there's a problem and he's nursing his bike home with that exhaust dangling down like it is. Dear God, if that digs in on the left-hander here, it's all going to be a little bit nasty.
But he's obviously unaware of it. It's not affected the performance particularly. So that's Harry Smith struggling a little bit, but currently running in 15th place. So I'll go through the as I start the run. So Nikita was in third, waiting for Simon Palmer, 8.
Simon Palmer, yeah, and hey, the leaders are now catching Simon Palmer up in Ben convincingly in front, and now okay. Well, we've got number 4 throwing through. Is red flag, checkered flag is through. With Graham Tatton obviously giving him best through the back markers there. Those guys are moving fairly quickly anyway, and are often very difficult to get in front of. So Jim taking the win, Graham Tatton second, same as yesterday. I know Jim was absolutely over the moon to do it yesterday in the dry. Graham usually gets the best of him.
1.5 seconds lap
Excellent.
faster than anybody else, even Graham Tatton. He actually did it, I think that was on last lap. The one to come in.
Nikita coming through to take the production win, maintaining a 100% record. Quite an incredible feat over halfway through the season.
Nikita's across the line.
Oh my word, that was close. Gavin Gray there having a little bit of a moment, and he pips him on the post. Oh, well done, George. Smelled blood at the last moment and just nailed it through. Harry knows he's got an exhaust problem. He's taking it very steady. Well done, Harry. You're going lovely. That's a happy father there. Absolutely brilliant. Simon Palmer, third place in. No, they come. Hang on. They didn't realise that he'd missed the. They didn't realise that they'd missed the flag. Yeah, it has to be said. Jim didn't really get shown the flag in time and didn't realise that he'd and has done an extra lap. I don't think that's a problem. Right, they're being pulled off the circuit now. We'll come back 4 races time, so about an hour. But do keep an eye on it. Things change a little bit. We'll come back with the Supers race, and yeah, join us then. Cheers.